Alright, you guys, so today we got a tricky one. We're doing Psycho by System of a Down. And when I say tricky, I don't mean like it's hard to play, because it's not. But it's hard to explain, because production-wise, there's too much shit going on. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love this song. I think it's one of the most experimental and crazy songs they have. But yeah, it's hard to explain, mainly if you want to keep this series as it goes, which is basically lazy but just guitar oriented, because this song has many shit going on in string instruments wise, so there's not only electric guitar, so keep that in mind. Let's get to it. Basically, the song drops you tuning, whole step down from your standard tuning, step down further on the sixth string, so D, A, F, C, G, and C again. Alright? So let's take a look at the intro. It starts with the bass. Alright, there's a little guitar there, keep in mind, which is just playing power chords. So alright, so D and C power chords, fifth and sixth strings, second fret for the D, open for the C. Alright, it's just doing that, very hidden back there, and then we get to the main guitar, which it goes a little something like this. So that's pretty much the intro guitar. I'll tell you now what's going on. We're playing 3 notes, well, 2 and bending 1. We're alternating basically between this 4th octave D and C. First string, 12 and 10th fret, 12 for D, obviously, and 10 for C. We're picking them both with a lot of pinch harmonics. It will depend on the scale of your guitar, basically, because that's where you'll find harmonics. But basically, you pick the note and slightly graze the string with the side of your thumb. Right? I find my preferred pinch harmonic here, right there, right below the fucking neck pickup. But yeah, good luck finding yours. And the idea behind that, the usage of pinch harmonics is basically make this sound, crazy and frenetic, which is, well, it goes with the name of the song. So yeah, you just alternate between those. All right, with a little triplet picking. So 3 times. Alright, with a little muting, hand muting basically here, with your fretting hand. And then we hit this little D sharp, 13th fret, same string, and we start bending it to hell up until the enters of the chorus. And you'll probably want to add the second string while you're at it when you're very high here. You can hear it in the isolated guitar. So keep that in mind. You can also add the second string to the bending. You should actually. So yeah, that's pretty much the intro. Hopefully it makes sense. Disclaimer, kind of late, but this is gonna suck. So let's get to the chorus riff then, which goes a little something like this. I just kept it short and repeat, but that's pretty much the structure. So let's split it in 3 parts. The first part, which is, let's call it the post part, we're just playing power chords, D, D sharp, and D. pole muted up until the last power chord, which is open. So 5th and 6th string, 2nd fret for the D, 3rd fret for the D sharp. All right. All right. You do that basically. And that's the pattern that you want to repeat. Also for the second part, which, you know, it's the fast version, the same structure. Starting here. All right, up until the pause and repeat, okay? So that's basically the slow and fast parts. And then we get to this little passage, which is the closing passage between, you know, before you repeat or end the chorus, which is when you hit this second octave C. It's not on the first, it's in the second octave. So you can add the 6th string open for a little more, you know, oomph, but it's here. 5th and 4th string, 5th and 7th fret. Up to D sharp. There's a little D power chord passage, which you don't pick. So, and then you either repeat or you close with a D power chord. First octave D power chord. So back to this chord here. As I said, 5th and 4th string, 5th and 7th fret for the C power chord. The passing power chord D here, 7th and 9th fret, and D sharp, 8th and 9th fret. And it goes a little something like this. For the closing one, back to the verse, basically, you want to add that little accent there from C to D again. All right, keep that in mind. Those are power chords also. So hopefully it made sense. Probably not. Just let me know in the comments. Seriously. So then we get to the verse, which it's also tricky to explain, mainly because, well, there's no electric guitar here. I'll try to tell you what is going on with the instruments here, which is something like this. And then we move to the distorted part. And back to distorted again. No delay, sorry. So basically that's kind of like the best of two worlds. Studio version with its, you know, stringent arrangements, and the live version where Darren kind of does something like that. It varies from performance to performance, so, you know. Basically what I'm doing here is just noodling around that little melody. Between basically G and A, all right, with, you know, a little movement to A sharp, and then a little further movement in the second half to C. And we're alternating basically the root of that little melody between D, C, and D sharp major. Alright, so D, C, power chords, and then D sharp major. So keep that in mind. I'll tell you the bass notes first. So basically, as I said, when you close in D, you keep this D but move it a second octave to basically 4th string, 2nd fret. You start noodling around the first string, basically a fourth fret of the third string, bend it a little bit or move it to A sharp, G, hammer on to A again, basically bend it back to A sharp, G, alright, G and A again. That last part you hit it with this little D sharp. So now the bass note, sorry, D, C, okay, and D sharp, and then the power chords. Hopefully it made sense. I probably won't, but yeah, that's my approach on it. And then the second half, instead of going to A sharp with the bend, in the second bend you hit this. What I prefer to do is hitting this A sharp here, 5th fret of the 3rd string. Alright, back to A, but bending to C. You can pretty much bend from A to C, but I think it's too aggressive on the note, so. Alright, but remember that it closes on D sharp major. So. Alright, hopefully it made sense. As I said, probably won't. So then we get to, well, we repeat the chorus, we repeat the verse, and then we get to the solo, which, again, tricky to explain because this one is crazy as fuck. It's very melodic, and it's pretty much a melody. It's a consistent melody that you play around just like the verse. Close, actually, to the verse. So it goes a little something like this. I'll add some shimmer to add, to have some flavor on it, and hopefully I'll remember it completely, but it goes a little something like this. So basically, as I said, we're noodling around the same notes as usual. A sharp, A and G, alright? Adding also F sharp. Keep in mind this solo is actually in G harmonic minor, so. Sorry, that's not the right note, but. And basically it just starts from G to A here. It's pretty much entirely in the 2nd and 1st string. There's a little 3rd string action going up by the end, but yeah. G to A with a hammer on. 10 fret to 12. To A sharp, 13th fret. Alright, so. There's that little thrill there, starting in A. A again. Back to G, and then F sharp, 9th fret. G and A. Keep the picking consistent, basically. G A. And then we move to the 1st string, G A, 1st string, D, just one pick, 12th fret, 1st string, Alright, keep that in mind, that it's basically doing that little arrangement twice, that little trill. Once it's picking and the second time it's bending. A sharp A and pulling off to G. Twice, and then when you hit the G again, you bend it to A. A. And then we have this little melody, F sharp, G, and A. And then we start alternating, basically, the same second string notes with an open first string, basically a D. Same melody. And then we hit the ending, G, A, obviously alternating, and then we hit this little C minor, 10th fret, first and second string. Sorry, I'm completely drawing a blank here. D major, D sharp major. Sorry, that's not a D major. Yeah, it is, D sharp major. Alright, that little movement there. So we're just keeping this G here in the second string, 10th fret, 10th, same fret for the first, and then we're moving to the 8th fret in the first string. Alright, and then we're just staying here in the G, but adding the open G. It's not making sense at all, I'm sorry. So kind of like that. It sounds better when you play it on speed. On time. Not don't do drugs. And then we're hitting, basically now we are hitting, sorry, I just completely messed up the previous one, but now we're hitting major D sharp, slowing down, adding the fourth here, so A, second string, 12th fret, and closing in D major, 9th fret, third and second string. Forgot to mention, when we hit this D sharp major, we're adding the third string, so 10th fret of the third and second. A, obviously, A to G, A to G. You can let ring when you hit the D sharp major, D major. You can let ring the first also, because we're also playing a D here. Some notes. And that's pretty much the solo, and I know this didn't make sense. This is completely fucking pointless. I'm sorry for wasting your time. But that's my best approach on explaining how to play Psycho. I'm very sorry, guys, for this one. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully it made sense. Let me know if you want me to just make a little short video how to explain a certain, part of, the verse or the solo, whatever. If it made sense, well, good. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.